Are you guys able to see my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay,
Yes,
so how many guys are there?
I think
Two students, okay?
Two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So guys, let me introduce myself. I am Rohit from Mumbai. I have approximately 6 years of experience in BI, and I have worked on Cognos before and also on Qlikview on these two reporting tools.
So on the Qlikview side, you do both development and administration, or just design and development?
Design and development.
So you haven't worked on the admin side yet?
On admin side, I don't have.
Okay.
Can I know about you people's background?
Yeah, this is funny. I'm from Canada. Currently, I'm working on SAP side. So I was looking for I mean, I have some clients who are interested in dashboarding and stuff like that. So I was exploring all the dashboarding tools.
Okay, great.
my name is Prabhakar.
And Prabhakar?
I'm from Chennai. So currently I'm working on Cognos.
Okay.
So I would like to extend my knowledge by learning the Qlikview. So that's it.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's start. I have just created one document which I have planned that the training shall go in this flow. The Qlikview introduction. What is the background of the click tag or work and all. The difference between the traditional BI tools and the Qlikview. Architecture of it follows a 3-tier architecture basically. Installing the Qlikview desktop version, which is free basically. It's 350 MB right now. I'll show you the one I'm using right now here. I just hover over the screen so that you can see the topics. So guys, let me show you how to create your first Qlikview document if you haven't.
Actually, before you start, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, say.
How deep are you going to cover in this course? Like, are you just going to go overview with the components and just ETLing the data and creating some dashboards? You go deep into scripting or stuff like that as well?
I didn't get you exactly. Right? You want to know how do we work together?
No, how deep are you going to go into the training? I mean, this course.
Okay, see, what I have planned basically is that I will tell you about the overview. I'll tell you, see, or whatever. It's for suppose if we have a 3 or 4 hour duration on a particular day of a week. I'll let you know the topics. I'll explain you. We'll have some demos. And after that, I'll plan assignments, which shall be completed within a week, based on that particular demo.
Okay.
So, if there are any problems during that particular assignment, we can discuss it in the next session. So, it's kind of theoretical as well as practical.
Okay. So in this duration, right? During this duration, you cover scripting, like pulling data against different data sources and stuff like that as well.
Yes.
Like for instance, SAS and Hadoop. Are you gonna use like a CSV or Excel files?
Spreadsheet type.
Spreadsheet. Okay.
Because I don't have the connection to other sources.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyways, I'll let you know. See, it's not a big stuff basically. Right now, if I click on table files, it shall take the different kind of formats, Excel and all. And if I click on ODBC, it's a one-time effort basically to create the connection string. It may be another data source. It may be a SQL administrator, SQL server, or Excel file. Qlikview basically is an in-memory tool. So it pulls the data in its memory. I hope you're getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically a one-time effort. You have to create the connection string. It pulls data in its memory, and after that you can play with it.
Okay.
And shall reload this only when there is some update in the data source.
Okay, yeah. You can go ahead with your program.
Yeah, thanks. So let's start. Well, the dashboard that I am showing you right now is one of the most complex dashboards. It's created for one of the topmost chairman and MD of Indian companies. I don't want to actually show you the low data. That's why I have not showing you data exactly here. But this dashboard is for best in terms of navigation.
Okay.
I have purposely created majority of the parts because the data was quite confidential in this.
So instead of creating different tabs, you just had them dynamically propping up on a single tab, right?
No, it's not actually. It is made to show like this. I'll show you. There are different tabs in the background. There is a feature called as hide tab row. I have clicked on this.
Ah, okay.
This many tabs are here. And on these are basically objects or yes, it.
Okay, and once you create all these tabs in the main tab, you're calling those objects from the other tabs using your logic here?
Yes, yes. There are actions basically. I'll show you. This is an object here. There are different types of actions that you create on an object. I have added an action of activate sheet, and this is SH03. Okay. You can see the sheet ID of this particular sheet is SH03.
Okay.
Did someone drop off?
I think the other guy.
Yeah. Okay, should not be a problem. We'll continue anyways.
Okay. Yeah, you can just walk us through your regular demo session.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about me interrupting your.
And not a problem. Let me just show you how to create your first Qlikview document. There are two ways to go into the script mode. Basically, you have to click on this particular thing, edit script, or you directly have the shortcut Control E. So I was showing you before. These are different sources to which you can connect. For demo session, for this tutorials, I'll use usually the spreadsheets, Excel files, table files. This is for spreadsheet, Qlikview files. This feature is used to call as binary load, basically, where you can extract and embed another Qlikview application directly into this application.
So it's like adding another dashboard into this dashboard, right?
Correct.
So basically in Qlikview, how many different types of tools are there? Other than this Qlikview, the one that you're showing, what you call it? Is there any specific name other than Qlikview?
No. This is basically this is the desktop version.
Okay. So for Qlikview, there is only one tool, right, to build a dashboard?
Yeah. This everything happens here only.
Okay.
Apart from
And
the administration part.
What is QlikSense? QlikSense.
QlikSense is the company name. So QlikSense is the latest tool which has come from QlikTech. QlikTech is the parent company. And QlikSense is another tool which has come from QlikTech, but it is different from Qlikview.
Okay.
Wait, I just also show you one more thing, one important thing here.
So this is all part of scripting?
Yes, yes, this is scripting.
So this is where you control all that code to control different tabs and stuff like that?
No, actually, yes, whatever data that comes has to be from the scripting end, but the navigation and all, you have to control it from front end only.
Okay.
You can see in previously I had shown you how to actually activate another sheet from this particular button. Right now I have added another, I don't already added this action which sets the variable and which changes the variable, which is a different thing basically, and you have to play between a variables value 0 and 1 based on which the color changes. As you can see, this is rupees, this is $1,000,000. What's happening here right now is that there are two objects. Rupees CR only images. There are one is the white object, another is the blue object, and they are conditionally shown based on the value of the variable. I hope you're getting it.
Yeah. In BO dashboards, I do the same thing.
Yeah,
But
great.
it's
Good. Conditional hide and show. Yes. So I hope you saw this, how we actually embed an Excel file or load. Click on table files, go to the particular location, sheet 1, labels. I have embedded label. Click on OK. And then there are two options to reload a particular dashboard or application. It's from this button reload or directly press Ctrl R. Says me you need to save this application. Just save this. Now if I right click and click on select fields, there are option of add one particular column or add all the column. As you can see, the data fields, the data points, whatever was there in that Excel file, I'll show you the Excel file as well. This is the Excel file basically, and this is our Qlikview file. Now the data has come into your Qlikview application. Now, if you don't want to update the backend data source, you actually need no connection with the data. This has come in your source right now, and you can play with it anytime. Guys, please interrupt me if you are unclear anywhere.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And when do you create those QVDs? Right now you created a QVW, right?
Correct. QVDs are used basically when you want to, for example, there is a database, SQL database. Once you create a connection, you load the data, and then you load into QVD. Okay, QVD is like the Qlikview database. For large data sources, you use QVD. So next time, you need not connect to the data source again, database. You will just point it to the QVD.
Okay. So, but in order to get the most recent data, you had to refresh the QVD, right?
Correct.
And can you do that from your QVW, or you had to go into QVD and then refresh QVD, come back here and refresh QVW?
See, there is a chain basically. It's a three-tier architecture. We usually, what we do, one Qlikview application extracts data from your database and stores into QVD. I'll show you. If I have here right now, I'll show you. No, I'm not getting the application right now. Basically, the flow is, for example, we usually rename the application as extractor. In our terms, in our team, basically, what we do, we create a application called as extractor, which is application Qlikview. Okay. There we write all the scripting that, okay, select this data from this database, establish the connection string, and then store it into QVD. There's a particular script for that. We actually write store this particular name into QVD. Okay. Then what happens? It will extract the data source and then store it into QVD, and then the file Qlikview application points to that, select star from whatever, not star, but the scripting language from that particular QVD. There are two Qlikview applications and one QVD in the simplest format, if you want to understand. I hope you got it.
Okay, so you publish this same QVDs on your access points, just like you publish your QVW?
No, QVD did not go to access point.
Oh, okay.
Only the final QVW needs to be accessed from access point.
Okay.
QVD is as good as, you can say, database. Nothing else.
Okay.
It accesses
so
database.
Previously you mentioned if you don't want to write back to database, you had to follow this step, right? So can you elaborate on that? What do you imply by writing back to database?
Yeah, So in this particular scenario, the application that I am showing you right now, now this is desktop version, okay? So it is not connected to anything, but only once we had extracted the data of this, from this particular spreadsheet. Okay? Now data is here. So this particular data is here in this application. You can create any types of reports or go with it. You will have to connect to the data source only when there is some update in data. I hope you need not reload this again and again. Same case happens with the database as well. Once you have created an application, extracted the data from a SQL database or whatever the data source may be, so you need not connect to the data source again and again.
Okay.
I hope you get it. Like, see, what in our usual environment, what we work is that desktop version is always faster. So there is a client server. Whether we work at the client location, so they have their own dedicated server. So it becomes quite difficult to go on server and connect again and again. So we go there and connect and extract the data and then take the application from the server to our local system. So that we are able to work faster. And we go on this server only when we see, okay, there is some update in database. Then we follow the entire structure. We run the extractor, which again fetches the data from the database and then stores into the QBDs, and then we reload the application. But usually you need not reload again and again.
Rohit, how did you know? How would you know that if there is any update in the database? So in that case, you need to go manually and you need to run the script to update the QD files, right?
Correct.
So normally, business prefers to everything should be automatic. For example, every day in the morning.
There is automation. Yeah, there is automation. You can schedule it. See,
Okay.
I am speaking right now is of the development environment.
Okay, fine.
When you are in development environment, you will have some teams. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what is the best approach? Like getting the data from directly database, or creating QD files, and from there you can directly get the data to the Qlikview application. So, which is the best approach, and which gives the better performance to us?
You see, it differs basically from the development environment and production environment. If you are in development environment and there is some other team which is doing the database stuff, the ETL part basically, then you would not want data to change again and again, and you follow the entire structure, because every time the data changes, you are not sure the data might come or not, the new set of data. Correct? There might be many changes. You never know, the application might fail sometimes.
Okay.
And while in production environment, you have to automate this daily. It's under for sure. You will have to schedule. There is a scheduling option, because you never know whatever data has come throughout the day in the database. Generally, what happens in production environment, if you have worked in a production project, the data from the business from the previous day goes for the entire day, and during night time or early morning, all the reports gets refreshed. Correct?
Okay. Okay. Say no. What my question is like, what is the best approach? Say directly. Say you showed us something, right? I mean, creating some ODBC connection and getting the data from the database. One thing. Another thing is like, you'll be writing some script for getting the data from database, and you will be storing that data into some QED files. Right. So, what is the best approach in the Qlikview application? Say there are two ways to load the data into the Qlikview. One is directly from the database, another from the QED files. So what is the best approach in normal scenarios, in business scenarios? What way you use to approach?
I'll say QA files because
Okay.
it also has a compression ratio, good compression ratio. It compresses the data.
Okay.
So here is my question. So in these two approaches, right, the approach that we use
Yes.
with respect to creation of QEDs, you save all the data in memory, right? Whereas if you're connecting directly via ODBC or like table views and stuff like that, it's a live data actually. So you're not
Right.
literally saving the data elsewhere in the Qlikview system. It's just directly coming from the source database, whereas the QED is sitting there on the persistent storage, right?
Correct.
So if I access my QEW dashboard from anywhere, if it uses backend as a QED, then I can instantly query data, whereas the one that's using these other data sources, ODBC or flat files or anything, it has to give time for data retrieval. Is that a correct assumption?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So does Qlikview has a mobile component to it, or it's only dashboard based, desktop based?
We have it on iPad basically.
You have iPad version? Okay.
Yes.
I think it supports both Apple and BlackBerry as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Rohit, I have one question on reports. So I heard Qlikview is basically main focus on the dashboard like application. So what is
Yes.
the use of reports? So I saw some report option in the menu bar. So what is the use of it, and are we really going to use that reports in the real-time environment, or simply going with these dashboards?
No, we are not going to use on our normal type basically. If you want to create anything new, you can create on from here. So
So are these reports and dashboards same with just different naming convention?
yes. Dashboard is this report is not the general report that we speak of.
Okay. It's just the dashboard they're calling it as a report.
Yes, yes. Usually what happens in general term, or if there is a particular only single sheet, we call it a report. There is a combination. Like you see, if I create, this can be called a proper dashboard. Prabhakar, I think you didn't see this, right? You got disconnected.
Yes, yes,
Between.
yeah. Due to some internal system errors,
Yeah.
My
So
system
have
got
you seen
restarted.
this? Have you seen this dashboard I was showing?
No, not exactly. Yeah, now I'm seeing it.
Hey, Rohit, I
Yes.
have
So
a
this
quick
is
question.
yeah.
How long did it took you to build this dashboard? The whole thing.
This dashboard I can say is there's a actually apart from the technical stuff, there were a lot of business problems. The client was very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But the data, basically getting data part was quite difficult. But this
No,
navigation, I
I'm
must
talking about
say, only to create this navigation. You were saying something?
yeah, I was talking about the development part of it. The front end,
Development part, yes.
interactiveness. Yeah.
Front ending part, it took us approximately 8 months.
8 months. Okay.
Yes. Because we were, as I told you, we are having a lot of problems with the client and all.
Mm-hmm.
A difficult project basically. It got successful. But if I
Okay.
show you only the navigation part only, settings, so see Prabhakar, we have these different sheets and we navigate this.
Oh, so many. Okay.
So we navigate this from front end by hiding the tab row. So if I say you only the navigation part we have to create, at least 2 months we shall take. Only the navigation parts, adding actions or different objects.
Okay, creating objects in the dashboard. That's what you meant to say.
Can you go into any
Yeah.
one of those tabs?
Okay.
Oh.
Then you have to click on this. This is an awesome
like
dashboard, I can say.
This is a cyclic, what you call that function?
No, no, this is not, there is no function used here, or navigation front at least. It's only actions, hide and show, or basically activating different sheets.
Okay.
I've clicked on this. On show, these two objects will be shown. If I click on some other object, it's hidden again. So, as I told you before, it works on the basis of, usually we use variables for this show and hide function.
So does this Qlikview has a backend Excel or anything, or just like a
This basically has QVD. This particular dashboard, it has QVD as backend.
No. I'm talking about for your navigation purposes, where you write all your code. You just write that code in that edit script, or you write it somewhere else too?
On the script level,
Okay.
Once you get the data, only see. These are the different variables I have created. Just click on Alt Control V. You shall be able to create a different objects which are particular to this application. You can add conditionals as well. As you can see, it gets selected count month name greater than 1. These are complex, very complex scripts. Usually you won't come across such complexities.
Rohit, are you going to cover at least few of these scenarios? Like, no.
Yeah, definitely.
Like embedding different tabs into one, like this conditional visibility and stuff like that. Advanced.
Yes, sure.
Could you show some script, which you already created, so that I can.
Okay. Like, see this particular scenario order. See, there are a lot of cases when you actually don't get. Qlikview basically works on, it picks up the name of the columns. For example, if you have this column, scenario name, coming from database, and you want to create a join, you want another field called a scenario order, you want a new field basically.
Okay.
Then if you just type scenario name, it will create a join automatically with the database one. I know it's difficult to understand at this point.
Sorry, come again?
Qlikview, which they say as the associative technology. From associative technology means that Qlikview will automatically create a join with two fields having the same name.
Yeah, I agree with that. But how does it interpret if there are two fields in two different tables that are actually the same thing but with just different naming convention? Then we had to go in and manually create a join, right?
Yes. Then if, for example, in this case, if I click as, one thing is that you have to rename this scenario, whatever, name 1, 2. And if it's coming from some other place called as database, then you have to alias is like as ancestor ID. Like we were facing some problems with this particular field measure. So we have alias this as ancestor ID. So it will not create a join now.
Oh, here you're trying to avoid a join?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And where do you define joins?
It happens here only. Let me show you. I have waited. No. You see?
Yeah. So when you say drop table and all these things, it's not literally dropping it in the database, right? It's only dropping it in the QED.
Correct. So Prabhakar, you got this?
Yes, I think see right now I'm trying to learn Qlikview myself, like but it seems to be something somewhat difficult. So that I thought I would have to get some knowledge by going through the training.
No, actually, yeah, that's good. You are trying to learn it by yourself, but don't go by the complexity of this dashboard. This I can say is the most complex dashboard that I have come across in my
Oh,
career.
okay.
Don't go by the
Yeah.
complexity of this dashboard. There are simple ones also. I'll just show you. How
Okay.
simple it is. I can say you are working on Cognos right now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, even I have worked on Cognos, and compared to Cognos, I found this very simple.
Hmm. I think here also we need to do some kind of model thing, right? So in the tabular view, you can see how the like giants are established in the tabular view. There I see
Yes,
uh, some kind of stuff like synthetic keys, something like that. So we need to do something, right, for that to resolve the synthetic keys and loops and all.
correct,
Yeah. I think
correct.
that is the main part when you do the modeling, like these joins,
Yes.
the synthetic keys.
Yes, scripting part here I can say yes. You need to have good scripting skills also.
Yeah.
If at all data model is required, but data model is a one-time effort.
Okay.
It's a one-time effort. And if things are handled well in the database, I don't see much need that for that to be done on the Qlikview side. Yeah,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
landscape.
have worked on a similar project like it's on Teradata. We have a Teradata system which is fully established, and I was building BO dashboards on top of Teradata, and we have another team building a Qlikview dashboards on top of flat files. So they're literally building their own data model within Qlikview itself, so
Okay.
that we can use it as a future reference to build our own data model on Teradata again. So when you let's say in this scenario, when we are building a data model within Qlikview itself, right? So it's pretty much the same similar effort that goes into the ETL part, or it's like much lesser? Because all I see here is you need a bit of data cleansing and then create the appropriate model, whether it's a star or snowflakes, right?
Okay. Yes. Now I can say this is quite simpler.
The modeling in Qlikview?
Yes. If at all things not are handled well in backend, there's not much effort.
Okay, let's consider a scenario.
Yeah.
Let's consider a scenario where we end up doing entire data modeling within Qlikview. For instance, if it's database, right? We're pretty much certain that what kind of joins create what kind of loops and traps and stuff like that. And how do you counter those kind of things within Qlikview?
Okay. If you are saying that we are directly doing all the data modeling stuff in Qlikview, then yes, you need to have very good scripting skills.
Okay.
Then you need to have a very sound knowledge of all what are different types of joins and all. How do you actually write in this code?
Okay.
So let me show you how to create a new. These are different types of objects: list box, multi-box, table box, text object, object. I click on chart. Click on next. Application gone.
Rohit, what kind of objects we are going to use in the real time and frequently?
Usually, the most simple is the most frequently used is the tabular chart.
Oh, tabular chart. Okay.
Yeah, I am not showing the data right now. Purposely hidden it. But these are basically differently tabular charts.
Okay.
And then there are bar charts, line graphs, line charts. I'll show you it. Usually, we create a table box to see what all data has come onto the front end.
Okay.
So this is the exact replica of the Excel source that we have extracted. Now, if I want to create,
here you're validating the data with this table box because you have very small amount of data. What will be the scenario if you have huge data, let's say 1 million records?
okay, in that case, you won't be able to do this.
Yeah.
This is kind of a manual developer check.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure that the connections are right. Yeah. Data is flowing through.
Yes. So you have to just test on a smaller piece of test data. Then it shall work across the larger set as well.
This is the straight table you are using, right?
Yes. So this is pivot.
Oh, pivot. Okay.
So can anyone edit a Qlikview dashboard from Access Portal, or it's just only it has to be a desktop client?
No, from access point you can't.
Okay. They only have
Access point
a
you just
read on it, right? Review mode.
navigation stuff you can do, but Nothing else.
Now, if Qlikview developer allows other authors to modify the worksheet, I think it is possible, right? I mean, they here in the Qlikview document property settings, there you can use some kind of permissions, right? I mean, read, write, something like that.
Yes, from here that is justified, but from is talking of from access point. From access point, it's not possible.
Oh, okay.
Now see, basically we have this is the dimension, kind of in general terms. This is the dimension that we have used. And facts are usually referred as expressions in Qlikview. And these expressions have to be preceded with one of the functions. It may be sum, average, count, whatever. Now, if I click on properties, Qlikview has a very good feature which I had already used in one of my dashboards, which is called the fast changing dimension. Sorry, fast changing graphs. So as you can see, what happened? As you can see, the type of chart is changing here. This is the same data set, and it is changing from bar chart to line chart. Similarly, you can do for other stuffs as well. Guys, I feel you are clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the window title. Then, from my experience, what I have worked on Qlikview, I can say that Qlikview is the best tool when it comes to the user navigation and interface. It has very jazzy kind of charts. It's not happening. So see, you can directly print the dashboard also, a particular page of a dashboard.
So do you cover security aspect as well? Like when you are publishing
Yes.
to different groups of end users, right? So it has to
Correct.
refresh as per the row-level security here, and then it has to
Correct.
distribute the reports, right?
Correct.
So for that, do we have to create a security table within the data model here, or it's all based on the scripting?
we have to be based in the scripting. There is a feature called as section access.
Oh, that's for which sections which user can see. But I'm talking about data. For instance, I'm from Canada and you're from India, right? So
Correct.
if as a CEO, he can look into the data from both India and Canada. But if my supervisor wants to see the data, he's not supposed to see India's data, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
this security table that I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. So everything is handled here in section access only.
Oh, okay.
Section access, it is not as the name suggests basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you mentioned section access, I thought like it's a probably object type, object level or something like that.
Okay. No, actually, yeah, I know the names just like that, but it's a different feature of section Qlikview, particular to Qlikview only, where you can actually control the level and the just like you told the locations.
Yeah.
You can control
Yeah.
everything from the hierarchy of the organization to locations.
Okay. So when you are building that kind of security model into the dashboard, is it based on the authentication or just the usernames?
Authentication.
Okay.
Rohit, like, what's the duration of this course? Like, are you going to cover it on fast track or it's normal?
I shall take this over 4 weekends, 24 hours. That's what I have planned.
Oh, only in weekends, not in the weekdays.
It's possible, but I'm not sure about the timings. Okay, will
Okay.
I don't have any problem basically, but then it shall not. It won't be happening during the office hours.
Okay. Yeah,
It
understood.
may be after evening. So let's see what timing is good with you guys.
For me, my evenings are better, but that won't work for you, right? So
Okay, and weekdays are fine with you.
actually, can you do one thing? Can you send us out the schedule, like what's the duration? Like if you're going as per your actual plan, how long will it take, and how many hours per day that you're gonna spend and stuff like that. Based on that, I will look into my schedule and what best fits for me. And I think Prabhakar, he's gonna do the same thing, and then we can come to a
Yeah, actually,
consensus.
yeah. Okay, fine. I'll just contact the coordinator of this RVH Technology. I'll share with him the detailed plan, and then he shall coordinate with you. That should be
Okay,
good.
yeah,
Then
sure.
we'll come across on a common path.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, basically I have targeted 1 month. I'll be explaining things on these sessions and then giving you assignments, which shall be completed within a week as per your convenience.
Okay. Are you going to
And
provide
If
any
you're
course
correct,
material?
yeah, I've got plenty of course material.
Okay. Okay, fine.
if you're covering the weekends, how many hours are
Okay.
you gonna spend on a day on a weekend? Because if you're covering on a weekend, you're gonna start on the Indian timings, right? Morning to evening.
Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
25 hours is what I have thought.
Mhm. Yeah. Please send us
6 hours.
out the schedules, and based on that, we'll. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that shall be good actually. So guys, are we done for the day?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys. I hope you like it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time, Rohit. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks.